This is not.
Yeah.
What?
Oh!
What?
What the hell? Oh, what is... Oh, come on.
In this building, because you know that it all started here. This is Swerve's house.
The forbidden door is always
As you can tell from the footage, AEW had a lot of presence this week in other promotions, specifically Stardom, Defy Wrestling, and New Japan Pro Wrestling. And we're here to talk about that. But before we get into that, smash that like button and subscribe. Come join a safe place wrestling community. Rob the Wrestling Old Heads open portal and enter the vortex. We're welcoming you and all wrestling fans alike. Come join us. We're having a good time over here. It's always a party. Now, let's get into it. Toni Storm shows up with Mariah May and Mina Shirakawa in Stardom. Now, what does that mean for this program coming up where everyone seems to be talking about Mariah May against Toni Storm? Well, if you ask me, it does give it a lot of possibility that we are going to see Mariah May against Toni Storm in Wembley. I just don't think it's going to, I don't think it should happen, and I'm begging Tony Khan to reconsider and let this play out and give Mariah May a chance to really get the audience behind her, because Toni Storm is over. This happens a lot in AEW. What happens is a heel gets over, starts to build momentum, gets the crowd behind them, and then becomes a face, and they don't know what to do, and the character ends up lost in the shuffle. And I really don't want to see this for Toni Storm, but I also really don't want to see Mariah May get booed, because she's not playing a character that should get booed. And what could end up happening is they could lose confidence in her abilities. She's also very young, and she is just she's fresh in the eyes of the American public. Let's just put it that way. She's been in Stardom for a while, but she's fresh in the eyes of Americans and casual fans alike. So build her up, let the fans get some kind of idea who she is, get invested, and then do the breakup. But I don't think this is enough time. That's just my opinion. Also, Defy Wrestling, a wrestling promotion out of the Northwest, specifically I think Washington, I believe, just had a show, and the AEW World Champion Swerve Strickland showed up. He did like a little promo. He didn't wrestle, but he's come from that promotion. He's wrestled a lot there. Wrestled guys like Leo Rush. I think he wrestled Nick Wayne there a while too. It's pretty much his home promotion. He got his start there, or at least came to prominence there. Let's just put it that way. So it was nice for him to go back to his roots. I think the event also had Nick Wayne against former AEW superstar Joey Janela as well. So definitely check out Defy Wrestling. They had their show. It's available on YouTube. I'll link it in the description actually, but definitely look up Defy Wrestling on YouTube and check it out. They deserve the attention. They're not a bad independent wrestling promotion, and I love the fact that they have shows online. It's a great community of people. You should check it out. Also, New Japan Pro Wrestling had the Young Bucks attack. Young Bucks, Jack Perry attack Eddie Kingston. I think it was Eddie Kingston against Gabe Kidd in a no-rope street fight, no-holds-barred match or something like that. And the Young Bucks and Jack Perry furthered their heat by attacking Eddie Kingston in that match. So, looks like a lot of AEW superstars had a presence in other promotions, which got me thinking, should AEW be focused on spreading out through the independents where ordinarily most fans that are going to those shows are aware of AEW, and if they're not following the storylines, they at least know what's going on, versus maybe getting them in the press, maybe getting them a part of television shows or late night talk shows, or maybe exposés on Vice or something like that, like documentary style footage. I just think AEW has this thing where they're trying to, you know, they're trying to be equal to or greater than the WWE, but a lot of their moves are very similar to what I saw in ECW. When I first started watching ECW, you would see Stevie Richards show up in Mid-Eastern Wrestling Federation. You would see other guys show up in promotions, and it was fine because there was a groundswell of attention. Everybody packed into the ECW arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and it was like this cult following was building through this grassroots style. AEW does not have the budget of ECW. They have the budget or exceeding the budget of WCW, and they're trying to be a big player. So these independent shows with their world champions, specifically Swerve Strickland and Toni Storm, to further storylines without showing the footage on Dynamite, which I hope they do, but I can't hold them to that because they try to fit so much into 2 hours, they might not even have time. I just think that they'd be better served doing press and getting the most amount of attention on their product outside of their general audience, which I feel like is going to be a Defy Wrestling fan, a New Japan fan, or a Stardom fan for that matter, especially in the States. But that's just my opinion. It was nice to see a Defy Wrestling show because it's been a while since I've seen it, and it was nice to see Swerve a part of that show. But that's just my opinion, you guys. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. Drop a comment, like, subscribe, come join the wrestling community. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Rob, the wrestling old head, opens the portal and enters the vortex of professional wrestling. We do it like none other here. We keep the community open, and we love to talk about all kinds of professional wrestling. So don't forget to comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Wrestling fans, as always, we'll see you soon.